You're mentioning the talking about Lamar Jackson. Here's Colin Cowherd talking about Lamar Jackson at the beginning of his career.
Lamar Jackson's a project. He's not Sam Darnold. He's not Josh Rosen. You watched him last night. He's not even close. He's not even close. That was way more bad than good. He's not close to RG3 at this point. He's not. Forget Flacco. RG3's not as good as Flacco. Lamar's not even close to RG3, and it won't matter. It never mattered with Tebow. Lamar Jackson, with the best offensive coach arguably in college football, as a 3-year starter, completed less than 60% of his throws last year. That's as a 3-year starter with Bobby Petrino. In 5 of his games last year, as a 3-year starter with Bobby Petrino, an NFL coach coaching in college. Lamar Ball is what we may be calling him by November. Of course Lamar's not close. I've never thought he was close. That's why I keep calling him a project. I never call him a prospect. Sam Darnold's a prospect.
Damn. Respect. That was actually that's awesome to be that coded without ever using the word thug. Respect to him for figuring that out. I've never heard project like really highlighted that way to be racist. Salute the coward. But that's actually a really nice. That put him on the dog whistle Mount Rushmore for that one. I've never heard project instead of prospect.
It's a hard J.
You've heard it for a long time, though. Man. It must be so frustrating to you as a Ravens fan to think receiver who's the MVP of the league at quarterback.
It's so sick. He's 2-time MVP, and he showed it against the Texans. That second half was incredible. And I'm just ready for it. I want to see him. I'm happy it's the Chiefs, actually. I'm happy for all the, like I said, it would be great to dash the corporate overlord's dreams, but it's more the narrative for Lamar. This is a big one. You want to beat the best guy to get to your first Super Bowl. So I'm pumped for it.
Street, there you have it, man. Sorry we late, man. As you see, we stuck in this Miami traffic. You on the corner of Hayes Street. I'm Coach Hayes, and that's my man.
Discreet in the building. We in Miami, boy. You might see something crazy happening in Miami down there, boy. It's Friday night.
It's Friday night, boy. We on 27th Avenue. We Friday all over the place. So we said we're gonna give y'all an hour. We're gonna stay stick to the script, dog. We was on the way to the studio, but we got caught out in a police chase. And they had to shut the streets down in Miami, dog, so we couldn't make it, man. So we here now, man. Finally, you know what I'm saying? Finally, we in the building. I'm just that's what I'm going with, man. So just stay with it. Just stick with it. But anyway, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. What's up with you on this great Friday afternoon, man, or evening? Right?
I don't know, bro. It's Friday, man. We in here in the building. See, we ain't running out the Tootsies, man, and headed to the club, man. We in here with y'all, putting this work in. It's our first full week, dog, with the Hayes and Street Show, man. What you think? What y'all think in the comment section? Let us know, man. Our first full week on the Hayes and Street Show. Let us know what y'all think about Hayes and Street Show in the comment section. Anything y'all want us to talk about, y'all want to hear from us. I mean, we got unique backgrounds. I mean, we've seen a lot. Let us know. But we in the building, man. We about to talk about the special guy.
Yeah, man, just real quick before we get started, man, like I said, we are live. We are dual streaming. Just for people that don't know, you can see it here on my channel. You can also see it on Footballville. He's live on Instagram. I'm live on Instagram. So if you get on the internet and you don't see this show, that means you ain't subscribed to neither one of us. Because I'm on live on Twitter, you live on YouTube, I'm live on YouTube, you live on Instagram. We all over the place, dog. You understand? So I'm trying to tell you. Matter of fact, I think X just took us to Tootsie's, man. We playing in the champagne room.
Hey, but breaking news, man. Michigan just hired your boy, bro. Talked about it yesterday.
I saw that. I saw that. Sharon Moore, man. Hey, man, clap it up for Sharon Moore in the building, man. Clap it up for him, man. Listen, man, big shout out to Sharon Moore, longtime assistant. First black head coach at Michigan. And I wish him well, bro. I wish him well, right? So I want to make sure we have a lot of support for that brother and a lot of the other ones too, man. I mean, we all got our favorite teams, but we know what it is. We know the challenges that they face. So I want to have that same support for him that we have for all the other coaches out there. Minority coaches, if we want to call it that. And also, another coach, man, Raheem Morris got the Atlanta Falcons job, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, Raheem Morris got the Atlanta Falcons job. So, like I say,
things coming down.
Yeah, making some moves, man. But anyway, quick shout outs before we go ahead and get started. LMV is always in the building on this side. King David, South Coast Kane. Yeah, we might have a what you call it tonight. We might have a night shift tonight. Raheem in the building. Let me see. I don't know who. Emmett in the building. I see Footballville in the building. Insane DW in the building. What's going on, man? Talk to the people on your side of the street. On your side of the street.
On my side of the street.
Yes, sir.
Got on my side of the street. It's kind of South Carolina Coast Kane in the building, bro. Yeah. Emmett Jones in the building. Got Fila in the building. But Ellen be on point, boy.
She very well, boy.
But dog, insane. Everybody, dog. Ain't boy, insane be the first one live. He be like, President.
Aki.
President. What you say? Aki.
You know you be in Spanish class. Senor Hayes. Aki.
Shout out to you, King David, man. Shout out to y'all, bro. Aki.
And shout out to everybody on Instagram. We're trying to give my Instagrams on CPR. Some of the people jumping in there. So appreciate y'all. But go ahead and leave some comments. Let's go on and get this thing rocking, man. We titled it Lamar Can't, Lamar Won't, but somehow Lamar can and Lamar will. You have some real back history with Lamar Jackson from his days at Boynton Beach. I'll let you go ahead and run these stories, and I'm just actually along for the ride. Shauna Boo, along for the ride on this, man, because I think you have some good insight, bro, on this young man and a lot going on. But go ahead, I'll let you.
I got some sound in the back. Let that sound play, because this was the first time, and I'm trying to explain this. If you could just play that sound. This is the first time I ever just play the sound. You ain't got to show the video. Video sideways, upside down. It's just
okay. Hold on, I'm trying to
just play the sound. But it's one of the first times. One of the first times I actually took some credit about actually saying, because what I saw and what I believe was about to happen with a player. And I usually really kind of don't, you know what I'm saying, do that. And I've seen plenty come through and had my opinions. But this is when I started giving my opinion. Go ahead, run it.
But we a little drunk on the screen right there. Y'all apologize. I don't know what's going on back there, man. We all over the place.
You drunk? What?
No, I'm talking about the dog Hayes. You got to play it. I can't play it. I just put it on the screen.
I'm gonna hit play. I hit play. We'll put it back in the back, and I hit play. Boom.
You know what, man? Rarely do I toot my own horn or say, "Hey, we discovered this guy. We saw this guy. This is a Footballville player," because I don't think things work like that. That's not how we do business. But I got a story to tell you. You know what, man?
Let's see. I got a story to tell you.
Hey, we discovered this do business. But I got a story to tell you. And in high school, I realized that he was different. I mean, he was different. But a lot of colleges didn't recruit him as a quarterback. I mean, they wanted him to go to wide receiver. They just saw him at
a little bit.
Youth football and high school. I cover Lamar Jackson, youth football and high school. And in high school, I realized that he was different. I mean, he was different. But a lot of colleges didn't recruit him as a quarterback. I mean, they wanted him to go to wide receiver. They just saw him as, I mean, it is what it is. They saw him as a quarterback who didn't have the skill set to be a quarterback at the next level. But Louisville did. They gave him a shot. I was once asked, hey, do you think there'll ever be another Mike Vick? And I looked at my homeboy and I said, Michael Vick is sitting on Louisville bench right now. And he looked at me and he said, come on, man. Mike Vick. And I looked him right in the eye and I said, Louisville is about to unleash something on college football that we've never seen before. Congratulations, man. Lamar Jackson, Pompano Beach, Florida. NFL MVP.
Jackson. And that's when he won the MVP. And it went into me interviewing him when he was in high school. But that's how sure I was. Me and Simon Williams was sitting at work one day at corrections with the inmates. And he was like, bro, man, Simon Williams played for University of Miami. He was offensive tackle out of Ely, blocked for Tyrone Moss. He said, boy, you think there'll never be another Mike Vick? And I said, dog, Mike Vick is sitting on Louisville bench. And this had to be months before he went crazy on Florida State, but nobody even had seen him yet. You know what I'm saying? I said, dog, Mike Vick sitting on Louisville bench. He said, what you mean? I said, boy, Louisville about to unleash something on college football that we ain't seen before, bro. And that's how confident I was and who he was. And I think I'll go back because I'm gonna tell you why. I think it's because in my journey of creating Footballville, right, I would go to the park, shoot the game, record the game, go home and edit the game. And I didn't realize, Hayes, I was looking at film over and over, different film of different players and how fast they are and rewinding it and how, you know what I'm saying, over and over and over again. So as I got Footballville going, I was able to, in the database in my mind, I was able to compare Teddy Bridgewater, Ja'Cory Harris, Tutu Atwell, Geno Smith. I can compare these guys, Dalvin Cook. I can compare them to each other, like how fast they would come around the curve. And I can compare them to each other in my head. And so with Lamar, I saw that it was almost like Madden. I could see his numbers. I saw that he could be Teddy Bridgewater, but he had an arm like Geno Smith. He was as fast as Dalvin Cook, and I could see it. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what looking at film over and over and over and editing film over and over and over again kind of gave me. And that's why I was so confident at what I had seen. I didn't care what colleges thought about him because the colleges act like he didn't exist. I mean, literally. I mean, they act like they treated him same way they treated Tutu Atwell. I mean, you ask me, they just, even though he ended up a 4-star, it was almost like disrespectful. Like, hey man, you come here, you're gonna be a wide receiver.
Right.
Hey, think about that, Hayes. Think about that.
I know we all had those guys.
They could win you a national championship. A quarterback that's going to bring your school a Heisman Trophy, right? The experts are looking at him and saying, "You don't have a chance of playing wide receiver here at our school."
Right.
They couldn't see it. But why is that, you think, Hayes? Why do you think? Because you coach college ball. Like, why do you think it's hard for them to see?
So I'll tell you exactly what it is. And we're talking about Lamar, but I'm gonna give another story. A very similar guy. You know who he is too. Quentin Williams, aka Winky, right? I mean Quentin Flowers, excuse me, aka Winky. And Quentin Flowers was a quarterback we had at Miami Jackson Senior High. Was not as tall as Lamar, but he was about a 6 foot, 200-pound quarterback, right? Getting ready to come out,
right?
And that was his junior year. And you know me, I'm a defensive dude. So guess what I did? They want to play with him at quarterback. Guess what I'm finna go do? Come on, Winky. Come play some safety for your boy. So I went and snatched him at safety, right? While they were still, because we did have an older guy at quarterback. He was a freshman. You know, Winky was a freshman at the time. So I'm like, look, I get it. You may not want to play a freshman quarterback, give him too much too fast, but I'll give him the defensive side real fast. But anyway, and Wink can play. He's an athlete. He can play. But anyway, long story short, as he went on, after his junior, when he got to his junior year, getting ready to go to his senior year, that's when I went to FIU. And when I went to FIU, No, I apologize. That was his 10th grade. Going to 11th grade, I was at FIU with Mario Cristobal, right? So they kind of looking at him, but not really. Then Ron Turner comes in, and I'm gonna stay on that staff. And I'm trying to get these guys to recruit Quentin Flowers.
Quentin was the man.
Listen, Quentin, aka Winky Flowers at FIU,
was the man.
I'm telling you to say this. And they were like, coach, well, you know, I mean, he's 6 foot, he this, he that. Now, mind you, I'm low man on the totem pole, but I'm finna stand in the paint because one, I coached him, I know him, great kid, this, that, and the third, but I know he can play.
Right.
And worst thing coach ever said, well, not worst thing, but he said, Coach, be honest with me. I said, Coach, you want me to be honest? I ain't gonna get fired, right? He said, okay. I said, Coach, let me tell you this. This is FIU, not FSU. He can be 6 foot. I say, and remember, Ron Turner came from the NFL. So I'm giving you all these stories to tell you why that is. He comes from the NFL. And I'm telling him, I'm saying, Coach, this kid right here could be the next Teddy Bridgewater in the sense of he's the head of the snake. He the neighborhood hero. You get Winky, you can get the other kids that's around the neighborhood as well.
All those little midget wide receivers he was throwing the ball to.
Bro, you get one, you can get two. 2 will get you 4, 4 will get you 8, 8 will get you 12, and so forth and so on. And they wouldn't do it. And then I said, my last line, I said, Coach, remember, Michael Vick was 6 foot. And he got 2 $100 million contracts.
Yeah.
But they decided not to go with him. He ends up at South Florida under Willie Taggart. And he actually saves Willie Taggart's job because Willie Taggart was on the hot seat to be fired at South Florida. Gives Willie Taggart the job at Oregon because he turned the whole program around. Winky went down as the leading passer or whatever the case may be. You can go pull his stuff up on YouTube. Shout out to Jen Ron, leader of men that be on Canes Unfiltered. He did all his highlights and stuff back then.
He did all his highlights, yeah. Jen Ron.
What's
Jen Ron? That's my boy. He and I group me. What's his name?
John Drummond.
Drummond, yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to him too. He just got married, man. But anyhow, so long story short, I say that to say this. If they don't fit the prototypical sheet, then they're scared to touch it. And the reason they're scared to touch it, because if it doesn't work out, you took a chance on something that should not have worked out. So why would you take that chance? Right? The 6 foot quarterback.
Right.
And so their thing is, I'd rather walk in with the 6'3", 6'4" dude that checks all these boxes, but can he play?
Right.
I literally watched Winky in that game against Immokalee out there with EJ and the boys and Clinton Portis. You know what I'm saying?
I was standing when EJ didn't record the game. I got it on. It's up there on YouTube.
I'm probably there. You just didn't. I didn't know who you were at the time because I was there, but I was standing on the sideline or whatever the case may be. So anyhow, right there, trash. So anyhow, the reason I think people can't see it because it doesn't fit. It doesn't fit the mold. And you just said something brilliant. As you broke down film and as you start watching film and as you start looking at film, you started creating a mental database of players.
Right.
And now you have something to compare it to. And you start saying, well, wait a minute, he run like Dalvin Cook. He got the arm like Geno Smith. See, you can start comparing. These guys have only seen the elite of the elite. That's why it's very hard. And shout out back to Luke. Shout out to Uncle Luke. Talk about the yellow bus boys.
Right.
We have to take the guys that come through the door and mold them into whatever and know that can he compare? Can he play? Versus a guy that comes through the college ranks who only knows elite talent. So when they see something that's kind of out of the norm, they don't know what to really do with it. Like, and also I'll say this. Lamar Jackson came in that transition period of the quarterback, the pocket passer, the dual threat, he came around in that window. I think if Lamar Jackson comes out today, he'll be more highly ranked than he was then, because it's kind of, you see it being the norm. You see it being the norm now.
It's more accepted now, right? Yeah. But
real quick, I love to give a though. I'm sorry for more. Skinny been up there for a minute for the $4.99. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. Ravens fan here. This is their year. Lamar going to get it done, and I hope he does, man. I really do. I really do hope he does. But go ahead.
So we're talking about Lamar Jackson, but we're comparing him to Winky Wright. Winky Wright, y'all ready for this?
Winky Flowers.
Winky Flowers. Winky Wright. That's a damn boxer. Quentin Flowers. We call him Winky. Quentin Flowers. Coach Hayes. Now let's get this straight. Now was begging FIU coach to take him, right?
Begging him. I'm like, coach.
Begging FIU. Would he have went to FIU?
I believe so, because matter of fact, Tom Williams, who was the linebacker coach, he said, "Coach, you believe in him? Let's go." We went to the school. And I may be wrong on this. I may be speaking out of turn. I hope I'm not. But I knew his girlfriend was big in his life, and I think his girlfriend going to school with him was big. And I'm like, bro, it's FIU. Get into school. You got like 90,000 students. Like, I think, because think about it, FIU and FSU was equivalent. Like, it's the same level.
Right. Yeah. Begging FIU to take the man. Goes to South Florida, which is a bigger school than FIU. Better competition, right? Right?
Yeah, same level, but it was better. Yes, same level, but it was a higher level. Yes, in that sense, yes. Yes.
Threw for 500 completions, 8,000 yards. Rushed for 3,675 yards in college at 5'10", 215 pounds. I remember standing on the sideline at that Immokalee game and asking Auburn coach, "Y'all recruiting Winky at quarterback?" And he looked at me. He said, "No, do what he said." He said, "Hell yeah, we're trying to win." But at this point, I think some colleges had realized that he just was a freak. You know what I'm saying? A freak athlete, and you could probably do things with him. But were they actually recruiting him? I don't think so. I think he just said that like to be. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
He said it because he doesn't know you. And everybody know Winky said, "I want to play quarterback." And I think he said that to you because he didn't want to get out there Auburn and be like, "Nah, they ain't recruiting you." They didn't want to lose their chances. And I think a lot of colleges were willing to take the chance that once we get him on campus, we can flip him to something else. Because there wasn't no transfer portal like it was, and he kind of stuck. But they knew he was a hellified athlete.
Right. So we just making a comparison of how the experts they miss it. I mean, sometimes they just don't they miss it. Because Lamar Jackson, I mean, you heard the video coming in. Colin Cowherd was confident. ESPN, he been on ESPN about 30 years. He was confident that Lamar Jackson was a bust fool before it got started. And right off the bat, drafted in 2018, Lamar Jackson took his team to the playoffs. 2018, 2019, 2020, he took his team to the playoffs. And he's back in the playoffs now. And I think they're the favorite to win the Super Bowl. Somebody in the comment section just said, "What if Lamar falls short of the Super Bowl?" At this point, Hayes, can he fall short of anything?
No, you see what we put on the thumbnail. Exceeds expectations. Bro, everything he's done. I mean, shout out to him, dog. And I know we probably gonna do this later, but we on the corner now, so cross the street. Bro, the dude coming out of high school not coming out of high school, but he was a 3-star for a long time. Didn't get his just due. I think he ended up finally walking out as a 4-star because he ended up going to Louisville. And remember, Louisville was in the AAC at the time. They weren't in the ACC. They were in the AAC, the All-American Conference, which used to be whatever it was, Big East or whatever. They said he couldn't play. The dude comes in his second year, wins MVP. I mean, he got these. Hell, he won. I'm sorry. Let me go back. He wins the Heisman Trophy. Wins the Heisman. Holla at you. NFL passing touchdown leader in 2019, two-time first-team All-Pro, 2019 most valuable player. And Street, if I'm stepping on your toes about this, well, I'm sorry, but I'm going across the street. I'm playing the track.
Run it, bro.
Bro, all right, hold on. Let's do this. Louisville Cardinals. Louisville Cardinals. I ain't getting to the NFL record yet. Louisville Cardinals, number 8, retired. Louisville Cardinals, Ring of Honor. Hell, he only been out of college a couple years. Two-time first-team All-ACC. Oh, they were in the ACC. What was I talking about? AAC. ACC. I apologize. Slap myself. Mother.
Yeah, they was in ACC.
God.
You were talking about Quentin, I thought Flower.
Nah, I was all off. I'm hot. Two-time ACC Player of the Year, 16-17. ACC Athlete of the Year, 18. Unanimous All-American. Unanimous All-American 2016. SN Player of the Year 2016. AP College Football Player of the Year 2016. Walter Kemp Award 2016. Maxwell Award 2016. Heisman Trophy 16. Burt Bell Award 19. NFL Passing Touchdown Leader 19. Two-time first team All-Pro 19 and 23. Three-time Pro Bowl 19, 21, 23. NFL Most Valuable Player 2019. That's just the accolades. Now let's get to the NFL records. Single season rushing yards by a quarterback, 1,200 in 2019. 1,000-yard rushing season by a quarterback 2 times, 19 and 20. Games, hold on, listen to this. He can't throw. Games with a perfect passing rating in a single season. 2 times. Games with 100 yards rushing by a quarterback, 12 times. Playoff games with 100 yards rushing by a quarterback, 3 times.
3 times.
His passing yards right now, 15,887 yards. Passer rating, 98. Rushing yards, 5,258. He got more rushing than some people got passing. Rushing touchdowns, 29. Man.
Bro. Does anybody ever come back and say, man, my bad, I had that wrong?
It's funny.
They just keep on trucking.
Yeah, like it didn't and to me, that's sad. I don't see, you don't lose any credibility. You don't lose any. I think people will gain more respect if Colin Cowherd comes back and says, you know what? I blew that one. Because nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect.
Right.
If Colin Cowherd comes up and says, you know what? This guy, that was a Raven super fan, a Starvey or something like that we played earlier. And he says, this guy put out this clip of me. And I listened to it. And I'm cringing listening to myself talk about this young man.
Yeah.
Bro. Somebody said Colin Cowherd admitted he was wrong. Yeah, do it again.
He did. We gotta go find that. We're gonna go find that. And Cowherd is a stand-up guy. He's not one of the sleazebags. I like Cowherd.
Yeah, I think I can hear him do it, but yeah, he was blasting him.
He was sure that Lamar's a project. He's not from the projects. He was sure that this man was a project, and I was sure the exact opposite, bro. I remember the first time Hollandale, and now this was when Hollandale heyday. Damian Jones was a coach. Went out to play Boynton, and I think it was something like they had to beat Boynton to clinch the conference. And it was Boynton. It was just going to play Boynton, bro. That's how it was playing to me. I was somewhere at another game. I get off from my homeboy Frog. Hey, man. I said, what's the score? We losing right now. He's like, Hollandale got a quarterback up here, bro. Like, we got a quarterback. It's like the first half. We got a quarterback up here doing us in, dog. This is like Lamar was a junior. You know what I'm saying? Nobody had never really heard of him. Just like when I interviewed Lamar, and he said he had never heard of Dalvin Cook. Ain't this crazy? He had never heard of Dalvin Cook a year before he walked in there to play against him. But information didn't travel the same way it travels now.
True story.
By the second half, I called back because I'm thinking now, y'all check what I'm saying now. I'm thinking, okay, Hollandale will come back. They got Zach Moss. They got Tyler Huntley. If y'all Lamar Jackson fan, they had Tyler Huntley, who's now Lamar's backup, but we'll get into that later. And I'm just thinking eventually they'll come back. Call them third quarter. Hey, boy, what's going on, boy? What's the score? Hey, boy, man, we can't do now it's like this, Hayes. Hey, we can't do nothing with this dude, man. It's like you walk into an ambush. Hey, man, we can't do nothing with this dude, man. We still losing.
Right.
And I had to walk into a Boys and Beach ambush. They lose the game. Right. They lose the game. They were introduced to Lamar Jackson. I guess they didn't see it on film. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But they experienced it live. And this was the Hollandale team that had Zach Moss and had everybody. Had the two linebackers. One went to Florida State. The other went to Georgia. Had the wide receiver went to Florida, who got busy on Miami that year in that game, the first game of the season, Jaron Williams year. They had everybody, bro. I mean, Hollandale was loaded. And Hollandale beat them that year. I mean, in that year, Boynton Beach beat them. So the very next year, basically, they kind of met in the same game, and they came to Hollandale, and that's the game that Footballville recorded. We was the only outlet there, and it was Tyler Huntley versus Lamar Jackson, who's now Lamar Jackson's backup in the NFL. And that night, Tyler Huntley knocked him off. And I think sent him to play against Central the last time. And I think he went to Central, went off against Central, and Central probably scored 50 points on him, knocks him out, and that was the end of his career. We got a piece of the whole piece, man. We putting together on that in that game and everything.
That's good because, and of course, he's got that famous clip where he was running and he hit the brakes and dude flew by and he walked in the end zone. That's world star.
Went viral on World Star. Yeah, went viral on World Star. Yeah.
I mean,
no, bro. It's
crazy. Bro.
Go ahead. No, it is.
No. I was just saying it was just crazy that we can see these players, right? And we can see the talent in these guys. Not saying that we always right. But there was a time where college coaches did take a chance on a guy who didn't check all the boxes, but he was a ball player. There was a time when a place like the University of Miami would take on a Roscoe Parrish, right? They would have taken on a Tutu Atwell. They would have taken on those, you could get one or two of those guys. Santana Moss, right?
Right.
No, he's not 6'4", he's not this, but he's blazing fast. He's a ball player. He can make things happen. And it's funny how, like you say, you look at it, we think because people make all this money, they have all the answers. We look at these coaches, 5 million, whatever.
Right.
If you look at the coaches who win ball games, they understand talent acquisition and evaluating talent. They understand that. They don't use a computer in stars. They don't have an iPad and they put it in some algorithm and whatever. They understand the value of looking at a guy and saying, you know what, this dude can play ball. There's people who play football and then there's football players. Right. And I see that in the WREs all the time. And it's funny we do that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'll say this, Street. Another expectation, and we're going to talk about certain things here. We see Baker Mayfield in that draft. Baker Mayfield went number 1 overall. And I just want to put some numbers out there. If this don't tell you, you know me, Street. You know me. No, you know me. I like to put stuff where It makes sense. You just don't talk, but you talk.
You just up here rambling.
No, you know what I'm saying.
You ain't just up here just flapping your gums, huh? You want it to make sense.
I want to make sure you could visualize it. You could picture it. I want to paint a picture for you. I want to give you an illustration. Baker Mayfield, #1 pick overall, $32 million contract, 4 years, signing bonus $21.9 million. So basically $53 million, right? $54 million, somewhere in there. Mm-hmm. And this is what people have to understand. I want people to truly understand when you hear these NFL players and they get drafted. This is why when we did the show yesterday and we talked about Keyshawn Butte, the kind of money he made being a 6th-round pick. I want you to hear this. Baker Mayfield, first pick, $32 million, 4 years, $21.9 signing bonus. Lamar Jackson, first round, 32 pick, last pick in the first round, $9.47 million contract, 4.9 signing bonus. That's a huge drop off, bro, from 32 picks. Like, it ain't the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th round. This is still a 1st round draft pick, but look at the difference in the money.
And Baker Mayfield got arrested, didn't he?
When recently?
He got arrested before he got drafted.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But I thought you. Yeah. But I was just talking about the money. That's why I said I want to paint the illustration that a lot of times when people talk about draft picks and monies and things, you got to understand how fast that money that money drops. It drops drastically. But now I want to flip it, and this is why I say he exceeds all expectations. Not only he brought the OG in there. Shout out to Mama OG. I don't know her name. I apologize. Mama Shout out to Mama OG. Because she is an OG. She original gangster. She is his agent. She goes in and get the $260 million, 5 years, $135 million guaranteed, $72.5 million signing bonus. Listen to what I'm about to tell you. They've been in the league the same years. $260 million in 5 years. 135 of that is guaranteed with a 72.5 signing bonus. Baker Mayfield just signed a 1 year, $4 million deal. Could be worth up to 8.5, probably with incentives and stuff with Tampa Bay.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I'm just talking about how the roles have flipped.
But one had to prove himself.
And one had to prove himself. But here's the funny thing. He did the same thing in college the other ones did. Why he got to still prove himself? Won the Heisman, all the accolades.
Because he's a project.
That's all I'm in my project.
Because he's Colin Cowher said he was a project.
So it's funny that I just wanted to paint that picture when you talk about the kind of money, and he kept it all in the family. The old girl out there. Shout out to her for going and learning that stuff. I guarantee she didn't. I don't know what she did prior to him making it, but I don't think she was an agent. But shout out to her to have the cognitive ability to understand how powerful she could be to go out there and be the person to represent her son in the business deal. Go in those rooms, right? Because that's intimidating. That's intimidating. Because you could go in that room and blow it. Ask Jaden Rashada. My bad. I didn't mean to say that. But I'm just saying, you could go in the room and blow it, right?
How do you think that's working? You think that she had some lawyers with her? You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I think that would be
she's just the agent. She's the listed agent.
Yeah, I think she probably paid them or whatever it is, but she
right.
However she did it, however she facilitated that, I think that's what I wish every parent out there today who has a top prospect kid will follow her footsteps, reach out to her. I don't know what her schedule like, but man, come on, man. That's how you work it.
The problem with that is every parent does not have that desire, that drive.
I can agree.
Or that capacity. Yeah, that capacity. You just got to surround you just got to find a tight niche team. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because every parent can't. Yeah, I've talked to them. They can't pull it off. They won't. They can't.
I can agree with that. However, I will say this to your point. If you as the parent don't have that, I still say when you're talking about that type of prospect and that kind of kid and so forth, you have to take something so you at least understand the basic fundamentals of what's going on. Because when you're talking 260 million, that's $250 million, brother. 260 million. Somebody gonna be sticking their hand in the cookie jar, and you better know what the cookie jar look like. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying you got to be the one negotiating, going to the table, but you got to know what points are, or what this is, and what that is, and you know what I mean. You should at least know what APR stand for. You should at least know what this stands for. I'm just saying, just don't go in there and be like, all right, where we sign when you're talking that kind of stuff. But anyway. Yeah, brother. I'm just
I mean, there's a lot of parents. There's a lot of parents don't even want to help their kids commit to a school. Like they don't want nothing part of it. I mean, but one thing I will tell you is this: when I worked in corrections, there were inmates that would defend themselves, right? And do a better job in court than the lawyer, right? And I'm gonna tell you why. Because the lawyer a lot of times was a lawyer that had many cases. The inmate had all day long to focus on one case.
True.
Right. And literally, if you're focusing on one case, one thing, you literally can break down a contract or break down a case because you're focusing on one. And that I will say that when you're just focusing on one singular thing, you get somebody, hey man, help me break down the contracts or show me what's vital in the contract. I think a lot of stuff is just carbon copy, and then you start adding incentives. But I've met too many parents. I mean, I know some parents don't want to get even close to that, man. And at that point, you just got to get you a tight niche team that you can trust. You know what I'm saying, to kind of help you.
But even reaching out to say, you know what, I don't have that. What I don't want to do is, and you're right, you're 100% right.
I know you met a lot of different parents too, man.
Oh, yeah.
That's nowhere near.
Yes. But what I do want to say is, you're 100% right. But what I do want to say is, also have that, because you got to know how to find that tight niche group
team, right?
Correctly. You got to know how to navigate these people when you bringing them in. And okay, I don't want to do it, but I need to interview these folks. I need to interview. I need to interview Rosenhaus. I need to interview whoever, and I need to ask the right questions. And man, I would treat her like dog Master P did Michael Jackson lawyers. I would actually, if I had a top-notch kid, I would offer to pay her to sit down and have dinner or whatever, or spend a day with her just to pick her brain. And if you know, I just think that I thought she was brilliant to go in there and do what she did, and especially with a young man that everybody counted out, and that they just exceed expectation. I think I'm just highly impressed with her.
Yeah, because he was in no man's land this offseason, right? Like he wasn't he like a sort of like a free agent? Anybody could have picked him. It was weird. It was really weird what they endured, and they stuck to their guns. Because I just think in the end they knew that he had to get paid, but it was weird that he came free. Anybody could have actually approached him. No GMs approached him. Then he ended up having to go back to the Ravens. Then they ended up having to talk real numbers, and bam, cha-ching. And now he's in the playoffs, headed to the Super Bowl. Just think about that. Just think about that, bro. Like, and now he's headed to the Super Bowl. No GM touched him. What's the word? Tampering, collusion. There's something going on there. You know what I'm saying? JJ Watt came out and said every GM that didn't jump at Lamar when he was this summer, when he was free, should be fired. JJ Watt.
Wow. He probably said every because his GM was probably one of them. So he probably said every just to kind of cover his bases, but his GM probably was one of them.
Shout out to Cal. Cal in the comment section. He always show up for the BS, boy.
One of these. Street, he one of these. He one of these right here.
You're not right to delusions, man.
I don't want to see the train wreck.
Nah, bro. Nah, they didn't touch him. They didn't touch him. And JJ Watt came out and said, hey, man, everybody only touch him should be fired.
Man, I love it. Listen, I love it. I just think as a young man, you know, I hope he wins the Super Bowl just because. Shout out to Jalen Milroe. I hope he Lank they behind. You know what Lank stand for, right?
Lank.
You don't know what Lank stand for?
What Lank stand for?
Let a naysayer know.
Oh yeah, the t-shirts they had.
Yeah, but remember the white dude was, I forgot the commentator name, and he said he was talking about the Lank, and he was like, "Oh yeah, Lank." He says, "Let a naysayer know," and everybody started laughing. They thought he was going to say, "Let a."
They thought he was going to run over.
Let a figure know.
No.
They thought he
was going to throw ER out there.
Yeah. Shout out to Instagram over here. I see it was a couple of comments, man. We got to get our Instagram working, man. I am Dragon Titan. Appreciate it, man. And we got a couple of more in there, but yeah, like I said, we're just having fun with this. I think it's exciting. I can't wait to see what happens. You know what I mean? Right. And shout out to CJ Stroud and them boys and all that other good stuff. But hey, man.
They said they're giving the props to the defense for the Lamar run. It's gonna be one of them situations. Defense get the MVP. They get the defense get the MVP.
You know, it's funny. I was listening to a show, and people were talking about the greatest quarterbacks and the top 10 or whatever. One thing about sport, I get it. It's what it is. And I think we talked about this earlier, Street. We were talking about generational picks and choices.
Uh-huh.
And what I heard this after our conversation. And it's funny. I'm listening to the voices. Again, it's a podcast, so I'm listening to the voices. I can't see their faces. But you know, an older man's voice versus, you know, guy our age, and then, you know, the young 20-year-old.
Right.
And they did exactly what we talked about.
What?
The older dude, okay, the younger dudes were starting off, man, you know, Lamar Jackson, of course, right now, Patrick Mahomes, he the greatest, blah, blah, blah. He got this. He only been playing, yada, yada, yada. Okay, cool. Then the people around our age start talking about who? Who do you think they start talking about within the top 10?
Around our age?
Yeah.
Quarterback?
Yeah.
Tom Brady?
Dan Marino, they was throwing in there. They were trying to throw Troy Aikman in
there.
Joe Montana, Steve, those names. And then the older dude comes on, he's like, man, y'all young boy don't know nothing about Bart Starr. Y'all don't know about doggone Johnny Unitas was a killer, boy. Like, so it's funny how generationally everything moves. And I totally understand it. I get it. But I say that to say, you know, when people had these conversations, I don't think you can ever pick a real top guy because it is generational, right? You know what I mean? It is about rings, and sometimes it's not about rings, and it is about this. But I said all that to say football is harder because there is an offense, and then there's a defense. There is a reason why teams win. Yeah, Lamar Jackson got you down there or whatever, but yet guess what? The field goal kicker missed the field goal, and that's how y'all won it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it goes down as you want it, but there's so many variables. So I love to hear those conversations, but it's like a who's on first, what's on second story. It's really no answer to it, dog. Like, it's like, what is going on here?
Just always look at it like the game evolves. Like the game evolves. So Lamar Jackson has to be better. Like, you couldn't put Lamar Jackson back in there and have John Offerdahl chase him. The game evolves. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I always look at it. I don't think that I don't think that there's anybody on the field like those. The way the game is set up, then right. Like imagine Lamar Jackson, Dick Bucket's chasing Lamar Jackson. When you really look at Dick Bucket's size, right?
He ain't got a chance. He ain't got a chance.
Right. So the game evolves, but I get what you're saying. It's all in errors. You know what I'm saying? Like it goes back to the Kobe and the Michael Jordan. When I tell people that Kobe was more skilled than Jordan, they're like, what? Well, he evolved from Jordan. He saw Jordan, and he evolved for what Jordan couldn't do. You know what I'm saying? And the game just evolves like that. So when it comes to errors, I mean, the bragging rights in sports, which makes sports so great, people are always going to point to their era. Do you get a player every now and then that can go in every era? Yep. I mean, you get the Jim Browns, and then you get the Deion Sanders, and I would put Deion Sanders in front of Ted Diggs today.
but it's funny. But Street, hold on, I'm a Street, but I'm gonna tell you why. I hear what you're saying. But if you went to a barbershop where we know you're gonna have a bunch of at least four generations in there, and you ask a jit getting his hair cut right now, which they don't even really get a cut anymore because their head be looking crazy. But you get a jit right now, I guarantee he wouldn't say Deion Sanders is the best cornerback. He probably even know who the hell Champ Bailey is and Darryl Green. He probably gonna say. He probably gonna say, what's your boy play for the Ramsey and that kind of stuff. You bring up quarterbacks. He gonna say Patrick Mahomes. He gonna say Lamar Jackson right now.
Right.
You know, because they don't know their past. They don't go back.
Yeah. The ones that don't go back. Yeah. The ones that don't go look at YouTube.
But if I went out here and did this and put up a bunch of faces like a Ray and had Jim Brown in there, they couldn't even point him out. So it's funny, right? Like, I don't know, dog, because I don't know, but that's just like us. We're no different. I never saw O.J. Simpson play.
I remember my grandma talking about him.
Yeah, but he was the baddest thing then. And Jim Brown and Earl Campbell, he don't come up. Like, so you talk about GOATs,
right?
Everybody talking about. We just talked about Barry Sanders yesterday. Nobody brought up Earl Campbell.
Nope.
So it's all funny, man. I just think that you can never get a true answer. And the one thing I love about team sports, it is a team effort. But yeah, somebody does have to get the love, and quarterbacks usually do. They're the ones who get the love because they're just the face of the program. But like I say, defenses play a big role. Hell, everybody know the Ravens when they won it with Flacco. Hell, the defense was the deal, but Flacco got the raise.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Flacco got the raise. So, yeah, it's awesome. Joe, what's up, baby? You need to holler at old coach, man. Pop's over here waiting on you. Shout out to Joe. Shout out to Joe Milton, man. Son out
Joe
there.
Milton.
It's on Instagram.
Joe on Instagram.
Yeah, it said the man with the plan still making it happen. Yo, man. They on Instagram right there. How they getting ready for the NFL, man. Matter of fact, first round draft pick. Huh?
He said, well, he in Arizona with everybody else.
I don't know where you at now, Joe. Don't get sensitive on here now. Man, don't make me start crying, bro. Hold up, Joe. Hold up, Joe. You see that jersey? Joe, you see the jersey on the wall over there, don't you, Joe? Huh, Joe? You see the jersey on the wall, boy? Call Pop, see what's up. Matter of fact, I'm waiting for your picture. I need to get your picture put on the wall. Stop playing. But anyway,
so tell the people you're talking to, man.
He's in California right now. Yeah.
Ooh, California where it look hot, but it's really cold.
But
tell people you're talking to, man. That's Joe Milton, Tennessee quarterback.
Yeah, man.
Joe in high school too. Yeah, with Joe in high school when he played 7-on-7 for your boy.
Joe out there talking about he a wide receiver. Yeah, all right. Hey, all right, Joe.
No, boy, listen.
Yeah.
Draft day, 2018. Lamar Jackson. Playing. I was like, man, draft day, man. I'm gonna put up the video of Lamar Jackson running out, shooting the guns at Hollandale. You know what I'm saying? Put up some of that video, put it on Instagram, man, and just talk to people about, boy, listen, man, it's been a long time coming, yada, yada, yada. I put the video up, right? About an hour later, I get a DM. Boom. She said Lamar Jackson. I'm like, what? It's gotta be like a whole fan page. You know what I'm saying? But he's been following. He's been following since high school. You know what I'm saying? I hit it up, and he said, "Hey man, shoot me that video." And I'm like, "Make sure this ain't no goddamn spam page." Like, what? I say, "Dog, ain't you supposed to be busy? It's draft morning." You know what I'm saying? He said, "Yeah, man, shoot me that video, man." I sent him the video, man, and he tweeted it out at Footballville. The morning of the draft, dog. You can go check it out. You know what I'm saying? He tweeted it out. And that's the same night that you saw him and his mom sitting there, and he fell to 32. And then Deion Sanders interviewed him, and he basically just said, "I'm a Raven." And, you know what I'm saying? I ain't even got much to say. What he saying? He doesn't say we finna get to work.
Get to work, dog.
Playoff first year.
And you know what's funny? You know, you look at these players. I love draft day. I enjoy college football more than I enjoy the NFL. But you look at draft day. And you look at these young men, they're not kids, but I call them kids. I'm old now, but I look at these young men who've been fighting all their life. 5 years old, 6 years old, the amount of hours and practice and, the sacrifices everybody else had to make in order for them to be successful. They couldn't drive themselves to practice. They couldn't, you know what I mean? And they finally get a chance to get rewarded.
Right.
And have an opportunity to change not just their lives, but the people who affected them and help them and give them different opportunities. And that's what I love about draft day. I watch all of it, all the way to Mr. Irrelevant. Because even Mr. Irrelevant, and I hate that name because I think it's I think it's so jacked up, bro. But anyway, that's just me being a softy.
Mr. Irrelevant. It is kind of brutal, dog.
That's brutal, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody that get drafted on that day is proud of themselves, dog, because they've made it through like 1%, 2% kids go to Division 1, 1.5% kids get drafted. Every kid, dog, that gets drafted that day, bro, it's huge for them.
Huge, bro. And the sad part about it, I don't know, man. And it's funny. You see, guys, and you asked me the other day about a guy that didn't think was going to make it, like a guy like Lester Jean. I didn't think he was going to make it. Played 2 years for the Texans. But he had that opportunity, man. And what could that do? What that did for him and so forth and so on. But, I don't know what kind of money they made. But still, the fact you made it to you're part of a club that very few, but millions upon millions upon millions of people watch and inspire to be, and you made it. And you made it to it. That's big time right there, boy.
Yeah.
That's big time.
Shout out to Gay Shotty. No.
Shotty.
It is. And then you get there, and then you got Joe Buck sitting at home with the beer belly calling you trash on Sundays.
I'm gonna say this because I know it's Friday. We may go a little bit long. I know Instagram will die out in an hour, but if it does, if you're on Instagram, just jump on over to YouTube, Coach A's Football or Footballville, and come check us out because Instagram only lets us do 1 hour live and then it dies off. It'll cut off automatically, but you come check us out over here. I'll say this, Street. You're 100% right. And I was watching Cam Newton and Brandon Marshall on the Breakfast Club. And every day I'm starting to like Cam Newton a lot more, bro.
Yeah.
I'm starting to like this dude. I already like Cam Newton. I don't care about the clothes and whatever. That's him. Do your thing, man. That to me, that's neither there. But one thing I do love about him, he said, the reason I want to do this, because I want to hold people accountable. I want to hold people accountable. Like he said, notice every time they do something against me, they try to take personal shots. They don't talk about my game. They talk about me. They can't talk about my game. They talk about me. And bro, when he said these reporters, he said, y'all journalists, y'all didn't do this. He said, remember, I could do, you mad because he talked about Jason Whitlock. You mad because I could do what you do, but you couldn't do what I did. Well, I've been covering the game 15 years. Hell, I played 15 years. So what you saying? Bro.
No, Cam, yeah. No, listen. I'm here to tell y'all this. We had make a play 7-on-7 tournament for like 3 years. For everybody who doubts, who don't like Cam, right, and who not a Cam fan, I see the comment section is brutal, dog. Sometimes he even gets in the comment section sometimes to be like, I see y'all in here. I see y'all here showing me some love. For everybody that don't like Cam, you should see him when he brings those 7-on-7 teams to those tournaments. And if you saw it in person, you will have a different respect for the man. Period. Different respect for the man. He may be out there tomorrow. I think he's going to be out there tomorrow for a lot of their battle. If you saw him in person with those teams, he comes out there with about 4 or 5 teams, and he's firing them kids up, and he's focused, and you got people talking trash to him. When you see him in person, he looks like a transformer, dog.
He big dude,
He's
bro.
huge. He is huge, dog. He's huge.
He a big dude.
When you see him with those kids and the way he deal with those kids and the love he has for those kids, you have a new outlook on him.
And it's funny you say that. Like, I get it, right? Everybody has to attack somebody, right? Same thing. I go through it now with the whole Colorado people. Nah, that whatever. But you have to ask yourself, like, I've heard everything. Coach, you talk like that because you're jealous. Why would I be jealous of Deion Sanders? I'm not jealous of Deion Sanders. Like what do we? But everybody has to say stuff, and they just want to talk the talk. And I'm like, and Street, it's funny. I'm gonna say this just to say, everybody that says this, I always say I have one question, Streeter. Name one thing I've said tonight. Street, I've been saying this since I've been covering them. You're a hater, cool. But I always ask one question. LV, do me a favor, type it in the chat, and she's gonna show you exactly. I have one question, Street, and nobody can answer this question yet. Name one thing I've said tonight or any other night that makes me a hater, and nobody has ever answered it yet. People told me I don't like the way you sit in your chair. Look at the way he holds his head. Look at how you said something.
Look at the way he holds his head.
I'm telling you. Oh, look at Ellen. Look at Ellen. It's your tone. Bro, nobody can say, and all of this time, nobody can say, and I'm bringing that up to say this.
So you're not a Colorado hater?
No.
I thought you was.
Not.
Oh, okay, I had it wrong. Ellen, my bad, Ellen. I had it wrong, too.
You're not. And here's the funny thing, right?
Every time I hear you say Colorado still they ain't got to deal with the coordinator street. Them boys ain't gonna be playing offense twice. Every time I hear you say that, I be like, man, that smell like a little hate. I don't know. They hate. Yeah.
I said the same thing about Miami. Yeah, we didn't get no coordinators till February.
You did.
And I said this. You don't have any hate for I don't have hate. I'm just saying, bro, it's February, dog. And how did that work out for us with Josh? Hey, how did that work out for us with Josh Gaddis? But anyway, I'm jealous. You got a gold jacket. Yeah, I got one too. I bought it from Men's Warehouse. How about that? Shout out to Men's Warehouse. Go ahead and hit up Hayes Street and sponsor us, man. We'll wear some of them gold jackets on here.
Okay.
How about that?
You just got a gold jacket. So you don't, for the record, dog, you don't hate Colorado.
No, I don't.
You were just put in the pen with a Colorado fan, and you always had to take the other side when you had to show with the guy.
No, that's not true. No. What I would do is I would have a conversation and I would ask questions. But because you ask questions, in the words of Larry Hoover, when you wiggle your behind, they call you rebellious. All I did was ask questions, just like I do for Miami shows, just like we do even on here. Hey, man, so what happens with this set of stuff? Remember, it's a show. You have to create questions to create conversation. Well, if you notice, we've been asking each other questions. You say, "Hey, you're a coach. What do you think about such and such?"
Right. It's only natural.
It sparks, but you can't say that. You can't ask a question. And that's all I was saying was that. So when you ask questions to spark conversation and to learn, then therefore that's what happens. So the same thing with Cam, because I don't want to make this about Colorado. I was really making a comparison about Cam and saying the things that Cam has said to people is from his experiences. And I really, I go my little walk now. Coach trying to get fine, right? And so I'll go on my walk. I put that podcast on, and I walk into the podcast, go off. And I'm listening to him, and I'm like, damn, bro. You know what, Cam? I appreciate that, man, because I felt the same way. I'm bringing it from my perspective. Like he said, I want to bring it from a player's perspective. I want to bring it from a coach's perspective. And that's all. That was really my whole thing. And if people didn't understand that, then they don't understand that. And I have to say this, there's nothing I said that has not come true yet.
Yeah. You got a dono down there.
Got a dono? Let's see what we got here. Let's go fish. Oh, Daryl Page is a new member, man. Y'all clap it up for Daryl Page, new member. DP.
DP been hanging around for a while, man. He just becoming a member.
Nah, he was a member. He was a member. I think that boy had to, you know what I'm saying? He had to put some gas in the truck or something. But he's back in the building. And then Slow Folk CWO member for 5 months. Man, golly, did you hear Dion say if both of his sons was on the same pro team? Oh, hold up now. Hold up. Wait a minute.
Yeah, say if both of his sons was on the same pro team. Pro team. Slow Folk.
Y'all got to stop using. Can I tell you? I know what he did. Because I know he didn't type that. Y'all got to stop using that speech to text. That's what y'all doing. Y'all using that speech to text. And we know somebody that's really famous that does it a lot. And it makes them look bad because they don't read over it. That's why I was like, the same protein. I'm like, what the boy eating chicken? He going to coach if they eat chicken? Protein. Protein. Okay.
Protein.
Okay,
if Dion, I heard Dion Sanders did say that if both his sons went to the same team, he'll think about coaching.
Correct. Again, here's how I get in trouble. Perfect example. Here's how I'm gonna ask a question, and this is exactly how I start.
Shoot.
Deion Sanders said that. I didn't say that. He said that. So now my question would be: Is he planting a seed for an exit? See what I'm saying, Coach? You hating. You just want him to leave Colorado. No, he said that.
A seed? He just wrote on a billboard and held it up like this.
Thank you.
Planting a seed? He just wrote on a billboard and said, if you take both my sons, I'm out of this beach.
But if I ask that question, that's what makes you a hater. So if I say street, so now listen to this. So now imagine you was a Colorado. I call them the cult. That's why they get mad, because I call them the cult members. I'm not mad at Colorado. It's these crazy fans that's nuts. But anyway,
right.
So imagine street. I go to you after we read this, and I go to you and say, man, based on what he just said, do you think he's planting the seed to make an exit and maybe working in the back end with maybe Jerry Jones to get both his kids to Dallas?
Uh-huh.
That's what creates the hate talk right there. That right there.
And then, listen, he just put it out there. He just told you how he would exit.
Exactly.
What do you mean?
Yeah. And I said this early on the show. It's funny. Apparently, they got hit with 11 NCAA violations. Minor. I mean, just run-of-the-mill stuff, right? But all of the Colorado people will get mad and say, y'all make every little thing a big thing. But if you go look at them same people, they're the one titled their show, Colorado gets hit with NCAA violation. They making it a big deal. They're making shows about it. Because guess what? Miami probably got 20 of them. Ole Miss probably got 15. You know how many of those minor violations happen every day? It's not a big deal.
It happens often.
Bro, yeah. You butt dial a dude, right? I'm saying we've all done it. You butt dollar dude at 6 o'clock. It shows on the phone you was on there for 2 seconds. You got to report that. That's a violation. We gave the kids a sandwich at FIU. You got to report that.
How do they find out who you call? How do they find out who you call? How did that work?
It's funny you say that. They actually have now. I saw this on Shark Tank, and they ended up adopting it in NCAA. It was called Jump. It was a Jump app. The coaches,
I remember that. Yeah,
the coaches actually have an app on their phone that all of those prospect numbers go in that app, and it won't allow you to call their phone number after a certain time. But prior to that, I mean, if I had another phone, I could call, whatever. But I'm just saying if it's not in the app. But sometimes you just self-report because you don't want them to find it. So you just turn it over and say, oh, you know what? We were supposed to practice for 2 hours. We went for 2 hours and 10 minutes. Write it up.
Right.
Send it in. Don't do that anymore and call it a day. I mean, so they're not the only team with 11 violations. It's probably teams out there with 20, 25, 12, 13, because they're so easy to break. You know what I mean? Oh, I gave a kid an extra pair of socks. Stay. Write that up. That kind of stuff, dog. And if you look at the violations, they hit a kid up on Instagram at the wrong time.
Gotcha.
So, yeah. So anyway, but no, I'm starting to really like Cam, man, more and more because I'm learning more about him. I'm through his podcast, and I guess he's teamed up with Brandon Marshall, huh?
Did he?
It seems to be. It seems like they've done a couple of things together, and they've done some podcasts together. So,
I don't know how long that's gonna last.
I don't know, man. I actually like Brandon Marshall too. I can't speak on the business side. I'm talking about just from the presentation of the podcast.
Really?
I like his. Yeah, I do. I do.
Cena can't keep a co-host.
No, that's true. That's true. Because all of them guys love Reggie Wayne, love Chad Johnson, love.
Oh man, all of them.
Pac-Man Jones, Chad Johnson went over there. Hey, homie from the crib went over there with Uncle Shay Shay on that nightcap. Them boys loose. My money.
I saw Chad the other day in my building. Him and his wife. Still ain't say nothing to him.
Well, I'll get what. I'm gonna be down there in a minute, dog. We're gonna go holler at the man, dog.
You gonna go holler at him, knock on the door?
No, yeah, I'm gonna tell him like this. I'm gonna do him like I'm gonna do Chad just like he do everybody else. Chad, if I could cover you on this one route, you got to come do our podcast.
Oh well, we ain't getting him on. So oh well, we ain't getting him on.
No, we ain't gonna get him on. But what we gonna do is record it, and we gonna go viral. That's what you gonna do. We gonna record it, street, and we gonna go viral. Matter of fact, let's cut this out. Matter of fact, we gonna cut this part out, and we gonna send it to him. Coach Hayes, cover you one-on-one. I'm from the crib. You from the crib. You got to come on. You got to come on the corner of Hayes Street.
What the kids do? Lockdown. What the kids do?
Hold up, my seatbelt don't go. I got old school. My seatbelt down bottom to bottom. My seatbelt bottom to bottom. So, Ocho Cinco, you have been officially challenged, my brother. Huh?
Uh-oh. We already done told him to play. Dang.
So what? He got to step up.
You got to step up.
I got to warm up my hamstrings, dog. I got to find them first. I got to find my hamstrings. I got to find my hamstrings first, dog.
I don't know, dog. That's going to be ugly, dog.
Listen. Hey, dog. I'm doing it for the love of the program, dog. What we talking about?
Somebody got to take one for the team.
You live over there with the dude. I'm finna drive down there to get my doors blown off.
Somebody got to take one for the team. Shout out to old Ocho.
Man, I'd be lucky if I even touched the dude's jersey, man. He probably gonna come out there with a soccer jersey on too and do me dirty. Talking about, ha, ole, 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 ole.
Oh, man, who's suing Diddy now? Carisha suing? Who's suing Diddy now?
I don't even want to know. Somebody finna get swallowed. But anyway, Yeah, man. Insane DW say, don't do it, coach. You'll never be the same. That's all right. We're gonna have Ocho on the listen. Ocho, here go another one. Since Coach, since Uncle Shay won't get you on TV, you come on over here with us and hang out just for about 20 minutes.
Uncle Shay. Uncle Shay. Shout out to Trump, man. Got to pay somebody $83 million. E. Carroll for defamation. Trump got to pay $83 million.
You probably got some kind of insurance. I guarantee.
E. Carroll for defamation after rape allegations.
You know what's funny, man? They have insurance for all kind of stuff, man. I was talking to somebody at work. They sell insurance.
Yeah.
No, I guarantee. No, these guys are insured for that kind of stuff. They're not paying that out of their pocket, man.
Yeah, they got insurance for all type of stuff.
Yeah.
But I'll tell y'all this about Trump. If any of y'all thought about getting to the stock market, right? there's two stocks, dog. Two stocks that are related to Trump. When Trump got mad at Twitter and he created DWAC, his own social media. And you got Fun, FPHUN, DWAC and Fun. Bro, listen, the two craziest stocks I've seen in a while. They run up, make you money. They go down. You can make money on them going down. I told the villains to follow the other day, man. The next day it went up 30%. Fun, PUHN, yeah, and DWAC. And anytime Trump's name started getting mentioned in the election, the stock started running.
So hold on, let me hear this.
It's weird, dog. It's weird, dog. Like
but for the layman, let me just understand for the layman. If I put in, because I'm still waiting on my $12 I invested. You told me it's up to $12.86.
Bitcoin running tonight. Go ahead.
So hold on. So you say up 30%. So if I put $100 in, I put it in that day. I walked out tomorrow with $130.
$130. Tell me something else other than the drug game that's gonna get you that return.
YouTube. No, I'm just playing. Ain't gonna be no YouTube. I'm sorry. I'm right. YouTube does do that, but the company YouTube make that money, not us. Oh, they make it off football. Hey, dog, we need to unionize or something. Let me be quiet for they ban us. We need to unionize.
Last year, in a 5-day span, DWAC ran from $16 to $60. It's about 500%. So if you'd have put $100 in, the end of the week, you would have had 500. If you would have put 1,000, you'd have had 5,000. If you would have put 5,000, you would have had 25,000. Then it ran all the way back down to $36. And now it's starting to pump again, bro. Like it, and every time Trump name comes, I'm gonna let y'all understand this. Big time, like investors, big money investors, these hedge funds and stuff. A lot of that stuff is computer generated. Certain names and certain words start trending, and it started moving money around. It's all AI, it's all computer generated. It's not like they're not sitting at a computer with Weeble punching stuff in when you're talking about moving millions and millions and billions of dollars. It's kind of computer generated. So when words and things start trending, they start taking money out of one stock, putting it in bonds, and it does it automatically. Trump is running for president. These two stocks are connected to some. To me, it might sound crazy to some of y'all. You hear Cal, because Cal know all about it in the comment section. This might sound crazy to some of y'all, but to me, it looks like Trump is reminding us, elect me, you're gonna make money.
I've heard that. I don't know much about stocks. I refer to you when it comes to that, but I have heard people say this. Some financial dudes that have said, Coach, I don't know how you feel in regards to him personally and as a president, but what I will say, and you tell me if this is accurate or not, we out here making money.
That's what you have to do it.
No, that's the truth. So a lot of people who are not in that world are saying, he's this, he's that, which may very well be true. But for the people that are in that game, the stocks and stuff like that, the money means more than his ethics. The way to make money means more than his ethics. Because, and you correct me if I'm wrong, were stocks up and things were moving when he was president? Again,
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm asking.
Yeah. I mean, it's more volatile. You ask me. I think the stock market over the years, if you go check it, last 30 years, it goes down and it goes up. But it was more volatile. Like when he would speak, it was more volatile. It was like, so yeah, I think it was more volatile, and a lot of people did make money. Yeah, and a lot of people do believe that. Me personally, I think what happened with the Capitol scares the shit out of me, bro. Like I wouldn't take him coming in there to make us money, because it scares me, bro. That's an attack on the country, and I didn't know like if he orchestrated it, but people who liked him orchestrated it, and they went after the country. There's other countries want to come after our country. I was in the United States Marine. I don't know how far this stuff can go. You get what I'm saying? And that's what scares me about Trump. I mean, you hear him talking about Russia, and I just don't know how far to go. Because if that could happen, if they could get so crazy that they would attack the Capitol because they're for Trump, I don't know how far this stuff could go. And that's what scares me about him being our leader, bro. And the way other countries will see us.
Yeah, I was listening to, and you're right. Politics, people, they always say two things don't talk about, religion and politics. But here we are on the corner of Hayes Street talking about it, and it doesn't matter. It's fine. Here's what I will say. I was, again, watching The Breakfast Club. I don't even have cable. So watching The Breakfast Club, and Vivek Rashami, if I'm saying his name, one of the candidates who just backed out, apparently they were the Iowa primary. He only got 8% of now he was one of the top favorites, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
And Trump was there. He only got 8% of the vote. So he decided, I ain't even close, bro. So I'm going to go ahead and back out. And that's again, I think there's two facets to him. One is, as you always hear, Republicans are for less government. And he's not a politician. He's not a career politician, right? And the second thing is he speaks people's language. So there's three things. And then the third thing is people made money, just like DC Carson just said on here. My retirement account did well during the years he was in office.
Right.
And that's a blanket term. That's whether you white, black, or whatever. If your money's tied in through 401ks and so forth, again, I don't know how all that stuff works, but everybody did well. And I have to say this, my guy told me, yeah, man, we doing well during this time. I have to be honest. He told me, hey, man, we doing well. But now you have to ask yourself, what do you value? Do you value the green over the ethics, or ethics over the green? And for a lot of people in this country, they don't have those type of investments. So the only thing they have to fight them against is the ethics piece. They don't have those kind of investments. And people who have investments are saying, damn them ethics. I'm going to make more money. He only going to be here for 4 years. He gone. And I think that's a big thing that a lot of people are not talking about. But hey, I don't know. Like I say, I don't know, man. It's tough. I will urge people to do this, though. I'm sorry. I will urge people to do this. When it is election time, all I'm gonna say, I'm not telling who to vote for, but please look. Let's look beyond the president and vice president. Let's look at the judges. We got to look at the local elections. I say that because none of us know. That's all I'm gonna say. Just go do your homework. It's out there. You literally have all the information right here on your phone. Go do the research about these judges and congressmen and all of that kind of stuff, and that's it. Rock the vote on Hayes Street.
Rock the vote.
Yeah.
How old is Trump? I'm trying to find out right now.
78.
And Biden, what? 81? They're about the same age.
Yeah, they like 2 years apart.
Yeah, we act like Biden so old because he fall downstairs and stuff, but they about the same age.
Well, it's about how you act, right? I got an uncle, 91. That boy, they be raking 5 acres of leaves every day.
Yeah. 91?
91 out there raking. He don't walk with a cane. He don't. He out there getting it in. I try to buy him a blower, dog.
Where he live at? Leaves falling like that.
In the country, out there where I go hunting and stuff. I'm just saying, like, you know, the big leaves, they fall down. He got like a park area out there. And he go out there every day, rake them up. He still cut the grass. He's still on the tractor. He still do all those things. So I think it's more of, yes, your age is a thing, but it's also how you perform at your age. You know, bro, I know some 50-year-olds, boy, they broke down, boy.
Toe down. Toe up from the floor up. And how they say it.
Trying to tell you.
But they tore up on the floor.
Shout out to G Money in the building. Man, G Money. But
let's get out of here, man. I don't see how. You got I don't see how?
Yeah. I was thinking about it. I don't see how. You go first. Shad ain't here to mess you up.
I don't see how.
You go first.
I don't see how. Y'all make sure y'all hit like and share, man. Wherever y'all at, subscribe, man. We do this every day at 7 p.m. and every night at the end of the night we do I don't see how. I don't see how milk don't spoil anymore.
Damn.
I don't see how milk goes way past the expiration date now. What has happened?
You used to open it and be like,
no, it just be in the refrigerator now. It's like a fixture. It's like, look at the date, boy. That say October 23. And nothing's wrong with it. I don't see how, dog. I don't see how.
That's a good one, bro. I mean, I think it's still sport. It's still sport, but you're right. It does go past. Like before.
It take a long time, dog.
Yeah.
It take a long time, dog.
Yeah, about a week and a half, that thing used to get hard at the bottom, like cottage cheese, bro.
Not no more.
Cause they got them clone cows out there, man.
Because I don't drink it much anymore. I may get it to go with some Oreos and it just sit in the refrigerator. That's how I realized it. Like, damn, what have been in here a long time? You shake it up, like
it's still gloosh, gloosh, gloosh.
Yeah. I don't see how, dog.
All right, so we're gonna keep it on food. I know how. I ain't gonna say it. Yeah. I don't see how people. I don't see how tuna fish stay in a can so long for 15, 20 years and still be fresh. I know it's airtight, whatever. It's still fish though, since we on food, and I wasn't really prepared for this, so I'm just going off yours. Like, think about, we talk about fish. It's fish.
Who would want to eat fish after 3 years?
And it's in a can. I know it's sealed tight air, but however, it's fish in a can.
Is it not fish? It can't be fish.
Bro, it's three. It'd be sitting there.
It looks like fish when you pull it out, but it can't be. It can't be. It got to be something they created. I bet you they don't sell it in other countries. Bet you they don't sell it in other countries. I bet you.
Hold on, I'm finna Google something right quick and getting up out of here.
I remember my mama used to eat it. Pull it out the little can. It's the nastiest thing to me. You eat raw fish that been at the grocery store for 3 years.
The shelf life of canned tuna can vary depending on a few factors, including packaging, process, blah, blah, blah. 2 to 5 years.
I don't see how.
Bro, your car don't even last 5 years without going to the mechanic. You talking about a can of fish sitting on fish, dog.
You can't leave a real fish sitting on the porch for a day.
For 5 days. I mean, for 5 hours. I bet you won't eat no fish sitting on the counter for 5 hours.
It's the same thing they done did to the milk. Put it in the store. They done did the same thing to the milk, dog. I don't see how, big dog.
I don't see how, dog. Well, with all that being said, it's Friday night, man. Listen, if you're out there with your cane juice or whatever. Have a good time. Make it happen, man. Be safe. Make good decisions. Some of y'all older than me. I'm finna go make some bad decisions, and I'm finna make 3 of them. Go drink cane juice, make bad decisions, and drive fast.
DC talk about MREs. That's what I was thinking about. MREs is the military. They just keep them in warehouses. They last forever. And you open it, and
you got to put the water in and they turn into something.
It's different packages with different things in it. Some come with, if I can remember, some come with a spaghetti, applesauce, a little bear cookie. Some come with hot sauce. It's a whole little meal, bro. Like a whole little meal in hard garbage bag, like a hard garbage bag, and it's meal ready to eat. It lasts forever. It lasts forever. They've created food that lasts
just dehydrated. You got to put water in it to hydrate it, right?
Like, it comes with a little the soup. The little soup, it comes with a little water that you open the package, you put the water in. As soon as you open the package and air hits it, it heats up. The water starts boiling, and then you put the soup. Yeah, dog. It's very high speed, low drag food, and it's for military people that's out in the field. You pack your MREs. You always have something to eat. Meal ready to eat, big dog.
Something got to be wrong with that. When you open water, it starts boiling.
Yeah, you open it, dog. Come on, man. That's why I say, man, we can figure out NIL. We've created everything, dog. You open the water, something like that, and as soon as the air hits it, it begins boiling. It was something like that, and it begins heating up. And then you can put your package in it.
That can't be real water.
It was something like that. Kyle always show up for the BS. Kyle talking about the brownie. It comes with Tootsie Roll, a hot sauce. Yeah. They used to fight over the pieces. I remember the pieces now.
So hold on, if you open it, do you put water on everything, or when you open it, you just grab the pizza slice out?
It's all. Think of it like a Lunchable, right? But everything is in its own little package.
Okay.
Now the main meal is the main meal. The main meal is in something that looks like maybe a 5 by 10-inch pouch, and that's the main meal. Think of it like something like I don't know, nothing that you would open in and eat like that. But you had your not a bag of chips. Like if you had, come on, help me out. Like if you had something you put in the microwave and warm up, like a Hot Pocket. Okay. But it's sitting inside of a hard plastic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've seen the plastic in the movies. Yeah, like I've seen.
Right. So like a Hot Pocket. So your main meal is in like a Hot Pocket, and it comes with like a pouch of water that you can place it in. And the pouch of water is high speed, low drag. Like as soon as you open it up, or something like as soon as air hits it, it starts warming up. And then you can place the pouch in there. You can warm up your meal, and it has a hot sauce, and it has a brownie, or has different things in it, a fruit cup.
Wow, I don't know. I'll just play a soldier when I go hunting. I put my little stuff on, and I'd be like,
I play. You take some MREs out there, dog. No, because to be in the field, like if you're in the field for a week or a long time, it's like a gourmet meal, dog.
Well, I'm gonna eat it. I'll eat it. Yeah, I mean, I even eat a can of tuna fish.
I'm sure you can buy them from the what's the name store? What is the Army store? Get you some, dog. We gonna take me hunting.
Whenever you ready, all you gotta do is say, I'm riding. All you gotta do is get to Orlando. I'll take you the rest of the way.
All right. I want to go hunting, dog.
So my cousin, right? He hunt too. I mean, he was in the military. Made a career out of it. I take him hunting, right? So of course, you know, he military. You think everybody in the military is shooters?
I'm like a real fun. Josh talking about them things got like 3,000 calories.
When you hungry, it don't matter. When you hungry, it don't matter.
When the Viet Cong trying to shoot your head in, you ain't no calories, boy. you
hold on,
3 days. 3,000
calories. Like this. They shooting at us. I'm already at 2,500. I done met my meal for the day. Man, shoot. Let me get that.
Well, you been humping for 3 days, 30 miles. You need 3,000 calories. Chad Ochocinco can eat McDonald's every day because he's burning it every day.
Man, you better go. Hey, matter of fact, Kyle Brand said Hayes Street and Sap hunting show. Call Sap, tell him let's go hunting, man. I got him. We're gonna get them hauled.
Huh? Sap fish a lot.
Yeah,
too.
he go hunting, fishing, everything. He probably want to go out there with a knife and just cut him. I need gunpowder. I ain't gonna lie to you. If it ain't got gunpowder, I ain't with it.
That boy said all he ate in boot camp and lost 55 pounds. Look at that.
Yeah, let's get out of here, man.
All right, bro, let's ride, man.
Hey, shout out to everybody shout out to everybody that was on Instagram. Shout out to everybody that came through, all of the members. We might be getting a night shift tonight. You know, those usually start around 12. I don't know, maybe 1. I don't know, maybe tomorrow, depending on how this cane juice get to flowing. But with all that being said, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. Street, anything like to say?
Nah, peace, hair grease, some old 80 scene or something like that, man. But nah, y'all be safe, man. It's Friday, man. Y'all go out there, be safe, man. It's getting rough out here. The economy, people trying to get money and find their way through life, man. So be safe out there, bro. And these kids are driving fast cars now.
Yes, Lord.
They all got those Dodge Chargers and Challengers. So I mean, yeah, man. Be safe.
They get them from Alabama. They get them Chargers from Alabama. We out of here, man. Peace, love, and hair grease. Wave caps and do-rags. We out of here. Peace.